Hello again, everybody, from 4945 Washington Boulevard. It's me again. Here, as I promised I would be, discussing our values, and today's value is integrity. So again, quick reminder, as I said in our last video, the acronym for our values is HIKEA, HIKEA, honesty, integrity, kindness, excellence, accountability. I hope that by the end of these 5 videos, it's kind of beaten into your head. Um, as a practice of integrity, I want to let everybody know I've since put pants on since my last video. I'm not going to show you, but you can trust me. I'm being honest in my communication. I am wearing pants in this video. I would say good morning because this video will probably be posted in the morning, but as a practice of integrity, I want to let you know this is actually the evening of March 17th. So it's St. Patrick's Day today. A little bit of an odd St. Patrick's Day, but here we are nonetheless. So as we discuss the value of integrity, um, generally I hate it when we default to a dictionary definition, but I actually think it really helps in this situation. There are two primary definitions of integrity. One is more obvious, and I'll read it. And the other one is kind of a behind the scenes definition, but I think it makes a lot of sense to bring them both together for this discussion. So the first definition of integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles and moral uprightness. You may be more familiar with the words uh, probity, apparently that's a synonym, Probity, or rectitude. So if you have high levels of probity or rectitude, that means you're someone of high integrity. So yeah, look it up when you get a chance. Um, the other definition of integrity, which I really love as well, actually, is the state of being whole and undivided. So if something has structural integrity, for example, it's whole. It's kind of indivisible. For me, those two things go hand in hand. Um, if you have strong moral fiber, you have a collective body of people who decide to adhere to a set of moral principles. What you have collectively then is structural integrity, and just like a chain with a weak link, as soon as we start kind of allowing those breaches in integrity to become pervasive and become a part of what our firm does, all of a sudden the whole firm collapses. It requires every single one of us to commit to the concept of integrity, and it's not just, again, on the leadership, on the partners to hold people accountable. It requires everybody involved in that process. So um, you're here because we believe in you. You're here because we believe you're a person of high integrity. If you weren't, my hope is that somewhere along the process you get weeded out. But again, I don't think we have anybody on staff whose integrity I would question, and I would certainly hope that if there are any breaches of integrity, that you identify that those are things that you would discuss with the people involved. And root those out as quickly as we possibly can, either identify a solution and a way to fix that problem, or really to get that person off the bus. So high integrity, it's crucial. It's perhaps the most important of our 5 values. Um, so in this weird time where we're living through right now, how do you practice integrity in a period of social distancing, or a period of a pandemic that like we've kind of never seen before? A few things come to mind, and again, I'm taking this from a perspective of somebody who might be working from home, or if you're one of the few people who's able to make it into the office. Not a whole lot of people there with you. Really, there's a feeling of isolation that comes with that. So when I think of integrity in that regard, nobody's looking over your shoulder. Maybe you share an office with somebody and you're accustomed to kind of thinking, well, I better work hard because so and so right next to me is working hard. Or if you work in the Indianapolis North office, you're it's kind of an open concept. So at any point in time, somebody's going to come by and see what you're working on or how hard you're working on it. That constant threat, if you want to call it that, of somebody walking past you, it's gone. So now it's on you to personally have that integrity to stay up to date on your tasks, respond timely, back to my earlier video, if you're say you're working these certain hours, make sure that you actually are working those hours that you're booking. So again, nobody's looking over your shoulder. Quite honestly, as a partner group, we pride ourselves on not micromanaging, on not looking over people's shoulders. But I am aware that there's kind of this feeling that when management walks in the room, you have to put on your best face and make sure you're looking at least like you're working hard. Again, that threat's not there. So it's up to you to have that personal integrity and stay as active and productive as you can be with your situation. Um, Integrity as well. One of my favorite definitions. It's not a dictionary definition, but integrity is what you do when nobody is watching. So you have the opportunity to lie or cheat or steal or slack off or whatever it might be, and choosing the high road, choosing not to do that. That's an indicator to me that you're a person of high integrity. And we all have moments of success. We all have moments of failure, but my sincere hope, and again, we trust every single one of you, is that those moments of success outweigh the moments of failure. Um, the other thing that I want to point out is you may have this feeling that nobody's watching you. You may have a feeling that you're isolated or alone, but I want to let you know, um, less from a big brother perspective and more just, I want this to be an uplifting comment. People are watching you. People are looking up to you. Um, you might not think it. You might think, oh, I'm just a senior. I'm not a real leader in the firm yet. But the staff people are looking up to you as an example, and staff people, that goes for you as well. Interns are looking up to you, and interns, I want you to know that this applies to you as well. Quite honestly, I look up to each one of you. I think we've got, and I say this again with all honesty and all sincerity, I think we've got the best intern class currently that we've had in our firm's history. And I don't say that comment lightly. I look up to you, and I view each one of you as people of high integrity. Um, and I want to make sure that I'm somebody you can look up to, and I want to make sure that you uphold that high standard of integrity as well. So um, you may think that people aren't watching you, but rest assured, whether you want it or not, you are a leader. Every single person in this firm, you are a leader. We've chosen you to be in the position that you are right now. We're grooming you toward that next level. People are looking up to you. So even if you're sitting at home by yourself in social isolation, just working on tax returns or working to wrap up an audit, know that people are watching you and they are looking up to you. So be a person of high integrity. Uphold those values and that faith that somebody puts in you. Make sure it's founded in something. Uh, the last thing I'll say, I'm trying to give kind of survival tips based on each one of these core values of our firm. Um, Yesterday again was honesty. I told you to be honest and reach out and stay connected with people. As far as integrity goes, the survival tip that I have for you, and I do hope each one of you kind of takes this to heart. It's less comical than my last video was. Do your best to dine local if you can. I know the easy thing to do is to make food at home, and that's perfectly fine. Another easy thing to do is run through the drive-through at a fast food restaurant. But a lot of our neighbors, friends, family members, perhaps, are really struggling, especially if they're in the restaurant industry. Um, Nobody is going to eat right now, and a lot of restaurants have closed. Obviously, their dine-in portion, but a lot of them still offer carry-out. Maybe they'd offer delivery. I would encourage you, if you plan to spend money on food, do your best to dine local, to help people out. It's going to take a collective effort for everyone to get through this situation. So that's my one survival tip. My family and I did that today. We walked down to Yats, one of our favorite local places. They serve Cajun Creole food. It's about a half a mile walk away. We walked there, and it was so dead. It was so slow in there, and the people were so grateful to have just some faces who were willing to come in and spend some money. And the added benefit is they loaded us up. So they give us about twice as much food as we actually ordered just because we came in and helped them out a little bit. So um, everyone's stretching their dollars in these time periods, but if you have a little bit that you can spare, if you plan on eating somewhere, dine local. So that's all I have for you today as far as integrity goes. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow to talk about kindness. And really, I sincerely appreciate all of you. I appreciate your high levels of integrity. And yeah, I look forward to staying in touch.